Hi everyone, so I recently had to replace the PCB on my Victrix, and I figured I'd just go ahead and make a video on it, since I haven't really seen a ton on how to do this online. So the first step is actually to remove the wiring harnesses from both the joystick and the buttons from the PCB. Now, it doesn't say you have to remove them from the actual joystick and buttons, but I figured just getting these out of the way would just make things easier. Next, there are 7 medium Phillips head screws that you need to remove from the PCB cover. Pretty easy to do. Only real recommendations I'd say is if you're able to keep them within that cover, that way you're not dealing with a lot of just loose screws lying around you. These are not going to be the only set you're going to be taking out of this PCB. Okay, once you get the cover removed, you'll see 4 more wiring harnesses that have to be removed. Now on mine, these were incredibly tight. Whatever you do, just make sure you're not actually pulling on the cables, you're just pulling on the connector, and you're just going to want to just wiggle them back and forth until they eventually slip out. Again, it could take a little bit of time and some effort, but it's better to do it slow than it is to, risk just breaking the entire thing. Okay, so here I actually made a mistake. I forgot to remove the 2 ribbon cables that are attached to it. I actually do notice this in just a little bit, but what you're going to want to do is there are 2 black connectors that are holding the ribbon cables in place, and you're just going to want to slide those down or to the side in order to loosen up the ribbon cable. Even when they're open, the ribbon cables themselves are still very tight in there, so just be very careful. Again, you don't want to damage anything. I don't know if you can get replacements for these ribbon cables outside of reaching out to Victrix. Okay, from here you can actually take out the last 6 screws. If you're unsure of which ones you're actually trying to remove, if you look at the PCB, they're actually all circled. So you're just going to want to take those out, and then you'll actually be able to remove the PCB. Alright, and right here I've got the last one in place. Now, all you have to do is you just got to make sure you angle it in there. You do have to put it in a slight angle, and you just line up all the rods for it. And then you just start reconnecting things, just do it in reverse order. So you reattach those 6 screws, then reattach the ribbon cables, then reattach the 4 wiring harnesses, put the cover back on, and then reattach the harnesses for the joystick and the buttons, and then just make sure you turn it on, make sure everything's working, test all the buttons, and you're good to go. That's how you replace the PCB. If you have any more questions, general or more specific to this project, feel free to leave them in my QA section or in the comments section of this video. Bye.